We're extremely excited about the opportunity in financial services. We entered the financial services industry 5 or 6 years ago through our lending arms, Godrej Capital, which has both an NBFC and a housing finance company. We've seen very strong progress in those, very happy with the good work the team's done there to bring those to this stage. And we thought the next step for us in financial services that made sense was wealth management. We think it ties in extremely well with the group's ethos and brand, which has stood for many decades for trust and long-term value creation. And that's very much what we want to bring here. You know, you rightly said it's a competitive space, but I think the reason there is so much competition is that a lot of companies are identifying the opportunity. You know, it's fantastic to be operating businesses in India at this stage of the country's development. We already, over the past decade, have been the fastest growing major economy in the world. I expect over the next couple of decades that will continue. And as that story unfolds, what you will have is a lot of wealth creation, a lot of financialization of savings, and therefore we think managing that wealth appropriately with a long-term mindset, with clients at the center, is a big opportunity. It's also very important for capital to be used efficiently for the Indian economy to continue to grow. So for all of those reasons, we think the wealth management space is very exciting. While there's, of course, competition as there is across all businesses, there's also a huge opportunity, and we're very confident with the Godrej brand, with the philosophy we want to build the business, and with the kind of technology and wealth management tools we hope to bring to bear, that this can be very value creating, not just for the group, but for the clients we serve.
And what will be a threshold for onboarding customers in the wealth business?
You know, I think we're looking, where we see the biggest opportunity is actually not in the ultra high net worth category. We think that there are a lot of businesses already servicing that. We'd like to really focus more on clients with an investable financial surplus of 2 crore to maybe 50 crores. So that is where we think
2 crores is somewhere where
2 crores is where we hope to start. Yeah.
Right. Again, you have two arms. You have Godrej Capital, you have investments. Okay, you started on building Godrej Wealth. What's your vision for building the financial services business? I mean, in the long run, and you're saying in the 5 years you're planning to list this. Before that, what kind of a behemoth you are seeking to build?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a very exciting opportunity. The financial services sector in any economy, and certainly in India, is one of the biggest. At the same time, it's going to be, we think, one of the fastest growing sectors over the next many years. So what we'd like to do is actually build about 100,000 crore of AUM on the lending business, and also 100,000 crore of AUM in the wealth management business. And we think both of those targets are over the next 5 years. For the lending businesses, since they've already been operating for 5 years, we think within this 5-year period they'll be ready to be publicly listed, and we look forward to doing that. And over time we might explore additional avenues in financial services, but one of the areas that we wanted to be quite clear about is that we didn't want to jump into all financial services at one time, because we thought that might dilute our focus, dilute the ability to execute extremely well across a broad range of categories. So we want to prove ourselves in each category that we enter. We have, as I said, entered lending 5 or 6 years ago. Extremely happy with the progress we've made there. We think that business can continue to scale extremely well. And that too was a competitive, crowded space, but again, one with a lot of opportunity and customer demand. Similarly, in the wealth management space, we think that's the area of focus now. We want to prove ourselves. We want to execute well, make sure we get the best team on board, make sure that we're really able to service clients, that they perceive a difference in quality in what we're able to offer. And if we're able to do that and succeed in this business, certainly there are, of course, other categories in financial services we would evaluate.
Sure. I know this may be slightly premature, but do you have a broad timeline? I mean, you have a goal about when you're looking to start various businesses under financial services, say asset management, equity broking. Can you give some kind of an idea about the timeline on that?
You know, we don't have anything set in stone. It will depend a little bit on how execution goes, what our customer feedback is. But I do think we anticipate that asset management is a complementary service to wealth management that over time will make sense. So I think over the next couple of years, it's quite likely that we will enter that space also. Beyond that, I think will entirely depend on, evaluation of each space that we will do subsequently.